May I invite you all to be upstanding for the national anthem of Samoa. Excellencies, Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Ministers, we start the meeting with the opening session. We will listen to statements by the Honorable Prime Minister, to be followed by the Chair of the Council, the Honorable Minister of Timor-Leste, and thereafter we will listen to the welcoming statement by the Secretary General. And without further ado, Honorable Prime Minister, please take the floor to deliver your statement.
The Honorable Bendito dos Santos Freitas, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste and Chair of the OACPS Council of Ministers. His Excellency George Rubelo Pinto Chikoti, Secretary General of OACPS, Honorable Ministers, Excellencies and distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Talo Falava and a very warm welcome to Samoa. Last year, I traveled to Angola to attend our OACPS Leaders Summit and had to cross oceans and continents to be there. I hope now many of you appreciate how far we, the Pacific members of our ACP family, have to travel to attend your different ACP meetings. Thank you for making the journey to Samoa, and I reiterate Samoa's appreciation for the solidarity of our ACP family that has led to the first ever signing being held in the Blue Pacific here in our shores. The uncertainties around the eventuality of the Samoa Agreement signing and the very short time we were given to prepare have been most challenging. Nevertheless, our perseverance and solidarity have been the bedrock of our strength as the ACP family to push for our values and commitment towards a strong EU-ACP partnership. I am pleased that today I address this Council meeting to reaffirm our commitment to the long-awaited signing tomorrow and to begin to discuss the way forward towards implementation. Your Excellencies, the journey to Samoa since the launch of the negotiations in 2018 has been long and arduous. The significant gap between the initialing of the agreement and our gathering here now has its consequences. The world is a very different place from when we started negotiations in 2018. However, if anything, the current global challenges and recent unprecedented events make the common principles and priorities we have identified for the partnership agreement with the EU more relevant and critical. We are at an important juncture in the life of our OACPS. We need to assess what the Samoa Agreement means for us going forward and how we can ensure this agreement moves us beyond a donor-recipient relationship to one of equal partners. More than 40 years ago, we came together convinced that united we are stronger, not only to address our common challenges, but to realize our potential in order to contribute meaningfully with impactful influence on the international agenda. Our gathering in Samoa reminds us of the strength of a united ACP and that signing the new ACP-EU partnership agreement gives recognition to the potential of 79 developing nations with a common agenda to help improve and transform the lives of our citizens. Your Excellencies, I recently returned from the Pacific Leaders Forum in the Cook Islands, where our Secretary General also joined us. I wish to acknowledge with appreciation the Secretary General's efforts to attend the Pacific Leaders meeting, and I emphasize that representation augurs well for the visibility of ACP in our blue Pacific continent. In the Cook Islands, the Forum leaders held our Pacific ACP meeting to consider the future arrangements of engagement with the European Union, a long-standing partner of the region. The leaders highlighted the collective ambition to drive the region's partnership agenda in the manner that best aligns to the region's needs under the 2050 Strategy Implementation Plan. Furthermore, emphasis was placed on the critical leadership of PACP leaders to determine their own agenda and to the operationalization of the Pacific Regional Protocol must now begin during the Samoa Agreement signing. Climate change remains a critical priority for our region, and I am pleased that the upcoming COP28 is one of the key items for discussions today and at our joint council with the EU tomorrow. We need to look at our strategic alliances, including with the EU, on these key priority global issues. Opportunities for strengthened international cooperation is one of the key benefits we will need to realize from the Samoa Agreement if effectively implemented. Your Excellencies, securing strategic partnerships is vital to a resilient OACPS. We hold great potential in championing our own development, including through strengthening existing partnerships and pursuing innovative ones. It requires commitment and investments in our organization in terms of time, capacity, and financing. After tomorrow, our hope is that we move as quickly as possible into full implementation mode for the Samoa Agreement. We have had decades of the Cotonou Agreement with lessons learned on how we can do things better with our EU partner. Let us learn from the past in order to find our pathway forward and use these lived experiences to make the Samoa Agreement a new and improved approach to our long-standing partnerships. The Samoa Agreement, like many such partnerships, are never perfect, but it is the main legal framework for the relationship between ACP and the EU for the next 20 years. I believe through effective implementation, we can shape it into a critical tool for ACP to pursue our common goals and targeted objectives to ultimately build resilience for our nations and improve the lives of our people. I end by wishing you all an enjoyable stay in Samoa. If our meeting schedule permits, I hope you get the chance to experience something of our place outside of the meeting and accommodation venues. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that opening statement, Honorable Prime Minister. The order of speeches would change, and I now have the honor to give the floor to the Secretary General of the OACPS to deliver a statement.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. Your Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Independent State of Samoa, Honorable Fiame Naomi Matafa. Your Excellency, the President of the OACPS Council of Ministers and Minister of Foreign Affairs of Timor-Leste, Honorable Bendito dos Santos Freitas, Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers of the OACPS, Excellencies, Ambassadors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor for me to welcome you to this special session of the OACPS Council of Ministers, which is an historic meeting that we have been looking forward to over the past few years. The journey has been a long one, with the commencement of the negotiations in September 2018 for a successor agreement to the Cotonou Agreement. The political agreement reached in December 2020, the initialing of the post-Cotonou Agreement in April 2021, and the opening for signature of the new OACPS EU Partnership Agreement, the Samoa Agreement, to take place tomorrow, Wednesday, 15th of November 2023, here in APIA, Samoa. Thank you very much for your engagement and commitment to the OACPS. Your Excellencies, may I extend my deep appreciation to the Council of Ministers for the consistent support and vigilance throughout this important process, including Decision Number 6, CX1/20, which inter alia endorsed the text of the new agreement dated 7th of December 2020 subject to quality control and legal subscribing, as well as the decision number 8/CX12/21 on the new OACPS partnership agreement, which inter alia expressed concern regarding the inordinate delay in defining the EU party and on the subsequent delay this may have on the time frame for its signing. The 20th of July 2023 heralded a turning point when the European Union Council adopted a decision on the signature and provisional application of the European Union and Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States, OACPS, Partnership Agreement as the new legal framework for the relations between the European Union and its 27 member states and the 79 African, Caribbean, Pacific countries spanning the next 20 years. The European Council decision opened the way for preparation for signing here in Samoa. On behalf of the members and regions of the OACPS present, may I take this opportunity to thank Her Excellency, the Honorable Prime Minister, Mata Afa, your government, and the peoples of the independent state of Samoa for the very warm welcome you have accorded to us all since our arrival into your beautiful shores of Samoa. It is most fitting venue for this meeting, as well as the 46th and final session of the ACP-EU Council of Ministers under the Cotonou Agreement dispensation to be held tomorrow, and the auspicious occasion of ushering in the Samoa Agreement. Excellencies, tomorrow will be an historic event for Samoa, for the Pacific region, and for the OACPS family at large. We will celebrate this together as a family, united and in solidarity. We will celebrate this together with our long-standing traditional partner, the European Union. The Samoa Agreement is being signed at a critical time when multilateralism is being undermined. We are also witnessing threats to global security, including from the escalating impacts and implications of the climate emergency that is a lived reality for us, and conflicts in some of our member states in the Middle East and in Eastern Europe. Therefore, beyond the opening of signature of the Samoa Agreement, we must not lose focus nor momentum in getting all members to sign, ratify, and implement the agreement. Excellencies, as Secretary General, you have my assurance that I will continue to serve and support all members in the realization of the benefits of the Samoa Agreement, guided by the revised Georgetown Agreement. I thank you all for your attention, and thank you.
We thank His Excellency, the Secretary General of the OACPS, for that statement. And I now give the floor to the President in Office of the OACPS Council of Ministers to deliver his statement, and thereafter take over the proceedings of Council. Honorable Minister, you have the floor.
Honorable Prime Minister of the Independent State of Samoa, Madame Fiame Naomi Matafa, Excellency Secretary General of OACP, Mr. Jorge Rebelo Pinto Chicote, colleagues, ministers, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to thank most sincerely the Prime Minister of the Independent State of Samoa, Honorable Fiame Naomi Matafa, our gracious host, for the warm welcome and generous hospitality extended by her government and the people of the Independent State of Samoa to all delegations here present. It is clear for all of us to see that the Samoan government has spared no effort to make our meeting fruitful and our stay memorable. Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. Excellencies, it is both an honor and a bittersweet moment to bid farewell to a chapter in our long historical relationship. The Cotonou Partnership Agreement between the African, Caribbean, and Pacific states and the European Union and its member states has been marked by collaboration, progress, and shared accomplishments. Today, we acknowledge the conclusion of this historic agreement, recognizing the achievements that have shaped our collective journey. As we reflect on the many successes but also numerous challenges of the past 20 years, we must also look forward with anticipation and a sense of pride and excitement for the promising future that lies ahead. The end of one era signifies the beginning of another, and I'm pleased to recognize that we stand on the cusp of a new and equally transformative partnership with the European Union. In the spirit of continuity and progress, we are on the verge of signing a successor partnership agreement, the Samoa Agreement, that will build upon the strong foundation laid by its predecessor, the Cotonou Agreement. This new agreement reflects our commitment to advancing cooperation, fostering sustainable development, and addressing the evolving challenges that face our nations and the global community. The accomplishments and shortfalls of the past have taught us valuable lessons. But it is clear that the relationships forged during the tenure of the previous agreements, namely Yaoundé, Lome, and Cotonou, serve as a solid framework for the collaborative efforts that will define the future. As we say goodbye to Cotonou, we welcome continuity of the new agreement with open arms, recognizing that change brings with it the opportunity for innovation, growth, and shared prosperity. The Samoa Agreement is a testament to the resilience of our partnership, a commitment to facing challenges together, promoting inclusivity, and building a future that benefits all of our citizens. It signifies our shared determination to overcome obstacles, embrace diversity, and create a world that values multilateralism, cooperation, and understanding. I extend my gratitude for the dedication, hard work, and unwavering commitment that have characterized the OACP's collaboration in our partnership with the European Union. Let us embark on this new chapter with enthusiasm, confident that the bonds we have cultivated will continue to strengthen and endure. As we bid farewell to the past, let us welcome the future with optimism, unity, and a shared sense of purpose. Together, we will navigate the challenges and seize the opportunities that lie ahead, forging a path toward a brighter and more interconnected future. Tomorrow, we will meet with our partners, the European Union and its member states, to hold the 46th session of our Joint Council of Ministers, which will be last one under the present Cotonou Agreement. Later in the day, we will formally sign the new partnership agreement. It will be a historic and memorable occasion. Let us prepare for it today and forge our future together for the benefit of our countries and our citizenry. I thank you for your kind attention. Excellencies, Secretary General, Madam Prime Minister, I welcome you to this special meeting of OACPS Council of Ministers to prepare for the 46th session of the ACP-EU Council of Ministers and signing of the Samoa Agreement tomorrow. I'm presiding over this meeting in the absence of the substantive chair, the Honorable Minister from Liberia, who is held up in his country due to ongoing presidential elections. Colleagues, I propose we move to the adoption of the agenda. Agenda item 1, adoption of the agenda. I invite you to adopt the draft agenda to be found in document ACP-25/027/23, Res 1 dated 11 November 2023.